Are we ready to go? Thank you all. I appreciate the patience. I call the Board of Adjustments and Appeals meeting to order. Ms. Work, please take the roll.
Mr. Cole,
Present.
Miss Ozels,
Present.
Mr. Friesen, Mr. Koenig,
Present.
Ms. Dickerson,
Present.
Chair Taylor.
Present. All right. So on the agenda today, we have approval of minutes. We don't have a findings of fact. True. And we have a public forum and then a public hearing. So we will get going on that. I need approval of the minutes for November 12th, 2025. I need a motion.
I'll move.
Second.
Let's do a voice vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So now we're moving on to the public forum. This is an opportunity for the public to address the board regarding items that are not on the agenda tonight. Commissioners and staff will not engage in dialogue or answer questions during this time. Speakers may be directed to staff or other sources for responses at a later date to questions raised during the public forum. Presentations are limited to 3 minutes. Questions and comments may be emailed to comdev@inglewoodco.gov. Is there anyone present to participate in the public forum?
We have somebody online, possibly.
All right.
Chelsea, do you wish to speak?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just here to observe.
Thank you.
Okay. So seeing no one, we can move on to the public hearing for case VAR 2025-013. The applicant is Benjamin West for the property at 3101 South Logan Street. There are 5 members present. Therefore, 4 votes are required to approve a variance. This board is authorized to grant or deny a variance by Part 3, Section 60 of the Inglewood City Charter. Anyone aggrieved by a decision rendered by this board may appeal that decision to a court of record. However, such an appeal must be made within 30 days of the board's decision. Any approved variance is effective at the end of the appeal period. Permits for construction associated with any approved variance will not be issued until the appeal period is ended. Building permits must be obtained and construction begun within 180 days of the variance effective date. Procedure for the meeting is that the case will be introduced. An overview will be given by staff. The applicant will present their request and reasons that this waiver should be granted. Proponents will be given an opportunity to speak. Opponents will address the board. And then, if needed, staff can address the board again or any additional questions we may have. So I will open the public hearing for case VAR 2025-013. The applicant is requesting, is appealing the primary residence documentation requirements pursuant to Section 5-31-3.A.2.D of the Inglewood Municipal Code. All right. Please take the oath.
Do you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that you will tell the truth in this proceeding before the Board of Adjustment and Appeals?
I do.
Please state your name.
Eric Sampson, Senior Planner with Community.
All right. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So the case you're going to hear tonight is very, very similar to the one you heard in November. This is an appeal to the primary residency requirements for short-term rental licenses. The project location is 3101 South Logan Street, and the applicant is Benjamin White. Again, the request is to waive the primary residency documentation of short-term rental regulations. The code does state that when someone is applying for a short-term rental license, they're needed to provide a handful of documents that allow staff to confirm that this is their primary residence. Sometimes there is an instance where somebody has recently purchased a property, which is so in this case. I believe the property was purchased in November. So they will be unable to provide a 1040 cover page of their federal tax returns, which is a required document as per code for any short-term rental license. So considering the circumstances, the applicant has also provided closing documents for the property and a variety of other forms of primary residency documentation, which were included in the staff report. All the other documents for the STR license, aside from the 1040, have been reviewed and approved by staff. So considering that, Community Development recommends approval of this waiver with the condition that the applicant submit the 1040 tax return at the time of the license is renewed.
Okay. Do we have any questions from the board?
Yes, why put it off until the renewal? Because the next possible tax return date is April 15th, and most people will be filing by then.
Well, this is kind of the stipulation that we've put on other approvals of these in the past. Certainly, we would like to see that document sooner, but at the renewal point is really the point where staff does a full review of the documents.
Well, we don't know when you're going to be issuing the license or if you are, so I wouldn't want to wait until renewal. So
No,
I
that-
wouldn't approve it unless it was stipulation as the first available.
That could be a stipulation that's you'd like.
Any additional questions? All right. Seeing none, I believe we can now speak with the applicant. Thank you. The applicant may come forward to testify in this case. Please take the oath of the secretary.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that you will tell the truth in this proceeding before the Board of Adjustment and Appeals? Please state your name and address. Thank you.
Is there a
Hello,
microphone?
I think I was not touching the right button, even though it's very explicitly.
Sorry.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So we have the materials that you submitted, but is there anything you would like to add or point out tonight?
Better? Just bought the house in November. My partner and I are here to appeal the 1040 requirement. Happy to provide it whenever I file my tax return if that is something you guys want. Besides that, I think that's it. Excited to get it rolling. Yeah, thank you.
Does anyone have any questions? Anyone?
Yeah, when are you planning on filing your tax return?
I'm actually a CPA, so as soon as possible, I'll do my taxes. January 1st.
Okay, so you would be, well, since they're not accepting returns as early this year, I'm assuming you'll have it done by April 15th.
100%, yes.
Okay, so then you can file it with them.
Yes, can send
All
it
right.
directly to Eric for sure.
Okay. So if we were to add that stipulation, you'd be comfortable providing it earlier? I think you can just, okay.
Or lit. It needs to be lit. There you go.
Does anyone else have questions on the board?
I'm actually not sure it's relevant, but I did notice in the first document that was presented to us, it seemed to be a borrower statement that said you were a married man. Is that a mistake? Or, I mean, I don't know if it has any relevance, but if you're married, you know, I just wanted to know
Yeah.
if
no,
that's going to affect anything
that's fair.
legally.
Fair enough. I am unmarried, so I'm not sure why it said I was a married man.
Okay, you might want to
Yeah, no,
address that.
yep, no, thank you for bringing that up.
Are there any other questions tonight? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any persons present who wish to speak in favor of this request? Are there any persons present who wish to speak in opposition of this request? All right. Does staff have any additional comments? Okay. Does the board have any additional questions for staff? Okay. All right, the public hearing is now closed. I need a motion before we begin discussion. A motion and a second before we begin discussion.
I move that we waive the primary residency documentation requirements for the short-term rental regulation based on the fact that it is temporally not possible to acquire.
I second.
All right,
Do I have to do an amendment to put the
Well-
stipulation in?
we can start discussion, and that's a good place to start. Yeah, all right, let's discuss. You have,
Yes, I would be in favor of
Can you get
this
your mic?
as long as we. I would be in favor of this as long as we stipulate that this man being a CPA is going to be filing it on April 15th or sooner, and that will be the requirement.
In theory, I'm not opposed to it, but it does set a precedent. Are we going to do that for every single one of these? I don't know if anybody has thoughts on that.
I definitely, I understand the desire for the requirement, but also I guess it is federal law that you have to file it by April 15th. So I don't really,
Or
I don't know
extend
what.
it.
Sure. I guess that's fair. But I guess I just don't, I understand the desire for it, but we also have no control over what's happening with the federal government right now. And if they've met the requirements of the city, then that seems to be what we are required to gauge, is if they have met the requirements of the city, which they have.
I'm comfortable treating this like we've treated some other ones where we know this is not like other variance requests that we hear where it's forever. This is only as good as long as this license is in place. And so when it comes back for renewal, it seems like that's a logical time and touch point for staff to look at it again and make sure all the pieces are in place.
Yeah, and I guess I would just add that, like, whether or not I necessarily agree with it, like, I would personally like to see the applicant put a 6-month rental in and have someone live there for a 6-month lease term instead. But
I know.
that's not what we do here. That's not the purpose. We gauge whether or not they've actually met the requirements, and they simply have, especially based on the other cases that we have had and the other precedent we have in the city. But
Yeah, with the additional documentation, yes, we can see that. Did you want to try and make that motion, or?
Well, I move to accept the waiver or grant the waiver on the condition that they file at the earliest opportunity.
So the amendment to the motion that you're proposing is that they would submit the additional required documentation that they're missing, this 1040 form, by when? By
April 15th or an automatic extension if he has to file an extension.
by April 15th.
April 15th, yes. And since he's a CPA, he's quite capable of doing that. And he's already said he would.
Do we have a second to amend the motion? All right. If the amendment to the motion has failed, to get a second. Do we have any additional discussion? All right. I'm following all my steps here. Let's take the vote.
Mr. Cole?
I vote in favor for the reasons stated. I believe that the applicant is doing their best to adhere to the requirements for the short-term rental regulations, and that I am comfortable with them being amended at the time of reapplication and reviewed by staff as previously laid out.
Miss Osels?
I vote to approve. I've already shared my thoughts, so I'm good.
Mr. Koenig?
I vote to approve for the reasons Board Member Cole stated.
Ms. Dickerson?
I approve.
Chair Taylor?
I voted to approve for the reasons stated.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda, we have staff's choice. Do we have anything tonight? Or
We don't have anything from the city attorney's office.
Okay.
Shelley, do you have anything?
We do have a meeting in January.
Okay.
What? We have a meeting. Okay.
Thank you. All right, next up, board members' choice. Do we have anything?
Did we have any potential updates based on the study session that we did, or a timing on when we might get an update based on that study session?
I guess the question would be, is any of that headed to council for planning commission?
It's not presently on their agendas, but we are in the process still of getting everything prepared for January. So we can have more information about that at our next meeting.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right. I move to adjourn. Awesome. I have before and it surprised everyone.